Hi, Bubba. Okay. Welcome everybody to the stream here on my channel. I'm Corneliusvango. I'm sure most of you know that. Let me adjust the lighting too here. I been kind of putzing around today, staying busy, which is really nice. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, and I was just thinking about some different things. I've been thinking a lot about like politics and ideas about anarchy and where we're at action-wise as people, just trying to live our day-to-day. And I was thinking about like the free market and how we can allocate our funds and how I acquire things that I need. Now, I will be honest. I haven't been able to be like totally straight up with you folks about like a number of things that I do in my life because because I'm afraid that if I say the wrong thing, then I will become incriminated legally or whatever. I do wish that I had like a legal advisor so I could know like what it is that I can and cannot say. Anyway, so sometimes I acquire things through different means, like because with my lifestyle, living the way that I do, nomadically and off grid and as an anarchist, sometimes I need to acquire things by alternative means, which may or may not be legal. So one person pointed out, Michelle said, like, you're saying a lot about like what's wrong with things, but you're not offering any solutions. And I had to say, like, yeah, I can't offer my solutions because then I'll get fucking get in trouble. So like I am really, really limited by this medium. Like I don't censor myself or say things vaguely because I want to, and because like as a creator I think that that's best. I'm doing it to protect myself and to protect you guys, and also trying to protect my channel so that I don't get fucked with or anything. So it sucks and it's not fair, but that's why I don't just like outright say a lot of things that I would like to say. It's not because I don't think you guys can handle it, or because you might not find it useful or something. It's literally just because the system of oppression and legal purposes or whatever. So we all know how I feel about the government, and I have had some pretty hot takes, such as like yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sip my coffee here and like kind of warm up to the stream and think a little bit about what I want to say, and I also want to say hello to folks in the chat. Let's see what y'all are saying. Crickets in chat, what's up? Aaron, hey. Piercing by John Alonzo says, listen, at this point, if we aren't on some sort of watch list, are we even trying to be the better, or trying to better the human race? Word, yeah, like, and that's, you know, like, how they can't put us all on watch lists. Every single human being that has any opinion at all about how fucked up our society is like probably labeled a terrorist or something, and it's so fucked up that having any sort of opinion on our own subjugation and oppression is going to immediately get people labeled terrorists. It really makes you think about, like, oh, we're the U.S. is like out in other countries killing terrorists, like, and then here at home, people that I know personally that are like amazing people and doing a lot of work for the community are also labeled terrorists. So like, it's a touchy thing, and so since I am like stuck not on my leg a lot of the time, I'm wearing it right now so that I can move around during the stream if I need to grab anything. But like, I really haven't been wearing my leg hardly at all lately, so I'm kind of just sitting around working on my projects and like thinking really deeply a lot about what's going on in the world. And you know, LA is a really fucking big city. It's the biggest city in the US, and it's in the state of California, which is a blue state, right? But they just passed some new legislation which makes being homeless legal without offering any sort of like alternative housing for people or any solutions, which is really fucking scary. And being here in the city, I see a lot of it. Even in like nice neighborhoods, people are out on the streets wandering around like zombies, and it's really sad to see, and it's fucked up. And like, you know, what can we do about it? So because I'm sitting around thinking a whole lot about these types of things, that's kind of probably what my focus for my streams is going to be. I would love to get back to your regularly scheduled adventure programming and anarchy hijinks and whatnot, but for right now I'm kind of just like stuck in place, in pain, thinking a lot, and I don't have access to like medication that I need. I was able to get a hold of a small amount of Adderall for today and for probably tomorrow, but it's like just enough to kind of get me going. And I really, it's become super apparent that I actually really do need Adderall in order to function in society. I'm fine when I'm out like in the woods and stuff because I don't have to be I mean, I kind of just like go into muscle memory and the motions. Like I thrive in off-grid outdoor situations and settings, but like functioning in an urban environment, I need medication so fucking bad, and it's become a really big problem for me. So yeah, I don't know. In the past, I've gone to different lengths to acquire the medication that I need. Like, I can barely have a conversation that makes sense with somebody if I don't have my meds. I got fucking mental disabilities out the ass, and so that's been really tricky. But I don't know. I've also been thinking about moving my address to another state since California has become so hostile. And yeah, so I've just kind of been looking around, seeing if there's anywhere that is going to be more advantageous to set up my address for the next couple of years so that I can get access to healthcare and medication. But yeah, currently it's kind of just a free market, as it were. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just like free market. Because yesterday I was talking about like what can we do as like the proletariat, the working class, average folks, like what can we do to help ourselves in this late stage capitalist hellscape. And I started saying something along the lines of like, buy local, buy from actual people. And what I didn't say was steal from corporations, which is something that I say a lot, and I do mean that. And for all intents and purposes, this is an entertainment channel. I am a paid actor. None of this is real. I'm playing a character, okay? But like, that's honestly like the best thing you can do. Take as much as you can from these companies that are taking everything from us and giving nothing back, and they're just going to keep taking more and more of it. The best way that we can sabotage that is to take from them as much as possible and sabotage their projects that especially are weaponized against the people, like activism type stuff. And if you are spending money, like, don't look, like, I know it's extra effort, and in a society that monopolizes your time and is like squeezing you dry of all of your life force and energy, it is really hard to want to go out and do that extra effort to find sustainable sources to buy things. But like, clothes, you shouldn't be buying them new anyway. Like, there's mountains, literal mountains of textiles and stuff that's been made that will never be worn. There's like clothes graveyards all over the place. And here in the city, I find nice designer clothes all the time just laying around. People don't want to throw it away, but they just updated their wardrobe or whatever with their fast fashion bullshit, because it's LA and they got to keep up with the times and the style, or they get socially ridiculed. And maybe some of that is self-imposed too. But one thing that we can do as like a basic concept is stop seeking convenience. Everything about the society that we live in is like geared toward keeping our minds looking for convenience, and it's our primitive instinct, right? Like when we were like before we built society for ourselves in the way that we have, when we were like hunter-gatherers, and the more primitive version of our species, that attitude of looking for the easiest, most rewarding thing was an instinct that served us well, because we were hunting and gathering. So like, you want to conserve energy and you want to get the most bang for your effort, which is great, but that's easily used to your detriment in this society. So what we have to do is kind of rewire our brains, and that takes work and effort, and like rewire them away from seeking what is most convenient and immediately rewarding, and shift our focus to sustainability, because that's going to be our only shot to keep ahead. So like, what I'm saying is, learn how to make your own stuff and buy stuff from other people. Like, tons of people sew. You can get, here, let me show you. Wait, where's my thing? Okay, so I got this shirt. It was, it's like, I don't know if it's vintage or whatever, but it's like, somebody made this, and it was on sale at a music store run by a couple of guys that were really cool. And so I got this for like a party because I wanted to look cool. and it had a collar on it. I cut off the collar so it fits me better, and I hemmed the sleeves so they're a bunch shorter. I cut off like that much of these sleeves, and I cropped it so it's shorter. So now it fits me better, and I'm gonna put like a cool patch on it and kind of make it my own. I'm sitting here in front of this sewing machine. I actually might do a little bit of sewing while I'm streaming, just because that's what I was doing before I started streaming, and I don't know. I hope that's okay with y'all if I do a little multitasking. But yeah, like you don't need all of those things that advertising kind of makes you want. And if you put a little bit of effort into like your clothing or the tools that you use every day or the things that you would otherwise just like throw away and replace with something newer, you can have better stuff that lasts for longer, and it brings you more joy, because that joy in buying new things is really fleeting, right? But I'm putting together this cool back patch for a special somebody, one of our very beloved and appreciated regulars. And I'm going to put this on the back of another, of a shirt, or maybe, I'm not sure. We'll see. I think I'm going to put it on the back though. And I'm taking a piece of the shirt that I just showed you to sew it onto the back of, because this is just like a t-shirt print. And yeah, I want it to like last a long time, so I'm going to give it this nice sturdy back. So yeah, it'll last a long time. Let's see. Hey everyone, awesome to catch you live again. What's up, Noah Heiser? How you doing? Hope everyone is keeping cool in these insane temps. Yeah, I have my phone with the back facing directly to the AC actually, because I'm really sick of my streams dropping, and this seemed to work yesterday. I hope the sound isn't too shitty. Hi, Satan. Hello, baby. Here's a little baby dog. Yes, that's a baby. Yeah, that's a baby. Yeah. Yeah. You're so cute. That's my little cutie. Yeah, so I kind of just wanted to like do a little bit of a chat about the free market. It's funny to me because like people talk about the free market and shit like it exists in America, and like it really doesn't. The US calls it the black market, and that's how we all buy our drugs, right? I don't know too many people that have never used the black market. And it sounds like scary to say that, but literally that's what it is when you just buy something from somebody else that isn't taxed by the government or like regulated by the government. And you know, sometimes there's things that people will try to sell you that are sketchy as fuck. And you know, we're glad that there's some regulations for things like different types of drugs or medication or whatever. But that doesn't mean that any black market source isn't trustworthy. You just got to vet them yourself. And that takes work and effort. But sometimes, you know, you have another friend who is more into whatever it is that you're trying to buy, and they can give you advice, or maybe they've vetted out that source or tested that product, and that's why it's good to check for reviews from other people who use whatever it is that you've got or that you're looking for. But like essentially, I mean, where is the free market in the U.S.? Farmers can't even sell their own products anymore. It's fucked up. It's all regulated, and sale of goods without government permission is like all but illegal. Kids get the cops called on them by Karens for selling fucking lemonade on the street. You remember we used to sell lemonade on the street when we were kids? Like that's illegal. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Where'd the free market go? Let's see. Upcycle and recycle, my motto, to do my part. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, mend things, fix things. Um, and like, if there's anywhere else to buy things besides Amazon, do that. Like, even if like I really want some Carhartt pants, and somebody asked me if if they could help me buy some. So I did a search, and like I don't know how I feel about like paying money to Carhartt or whatever, but I only wear and own one pair of pants at a time, and most of the time I get them like recycled, but that's the kind of thing that gets worn out. So like, I'm not saying pants are the exception, but to like, so sometimes we don't have that many options. Okay, you're not a bad person for like buying stuff from a company when you need it, especially like stuff like pants and boots. That's one of the things that I do make an exception for. Like if I had if there was somebody that could make a damn good pair of work pants, tailor made to me, I would pay them to do it if I had the money for it. But I don't have access to somebody that would do that, nor the money to pay for it. So instead of going through Amazon, because they do carry Carhartt products, I went straight to the website. And like, when I order food, I don't order it through Uber Eats unless I really have no other option, and it's like literally just a matter of health and I need to eat. You know, sometimes there is an exception because I do get like autistic burnout and I just need to eat something, and I have like food aversions and stuff. So sometimes it's just like you got to make choices for your health too. But if I can help it, I will go online instead of through like Uber Eats or some delivery, whatever, and find the food delivery listing on their own website and call the place myself, like we used to do back in the day. You'd look in your phone book and find local delivery, and you'd call up their phone number, and you'd have to give them your address and like pay them in cash when they got there, or like with card over the phone. It was a little bit more of a hassle, but the money stayed in the hands of the workers. And like, you know, of course there's a business owner, but like there's not this middleman company taking money from that and taking business from that. So that's like another way that it's easier to limit the amount of like fiscal splash, I guess. I just literally just made that up. Like yeah, it's like when you drop money like that, sometimes it kind of splashes around to other companies who are playing middleman to like make things easier for you or more convenient, but it drives prices up and makes it so that less people get paid overall. So for the convenience that you're paying for, you're paying that money directly to the company and the wealthy CEOs that own that middleman company. Somebody just dropped $20. Thanks, Nomad Curious. I really appreciate that. They said, I don't like me shopping Amazon, but as a traveler, sometime reliable source, especially in getting it in a timely manner, so you have to wait around for a week, you know, hovering the post office. God, I hate that. I know. Yeah, and it's like when I'm backpacking and like actively on the road, I'll try to hold out for like somebody that I meet just happening to have an item that I need, or like settle for something else available or try to make do without it. And that almost always works out fine. Like, you know, it turns out that I didn't maybe need whatever it was as badly as I thought. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you absolutely just need that thing. And like, you know, all these little choices add up, but it's nothing compared to the damage that these companies are doing. I'm just like coming up with ideas that, like, if most people applied this amount of mindfulness to the things that they purchase, then I think that, like, that would make a difference, and it does add up. But also, like, putting yourself out is not the point. Like, you don't have to make yourself suffer for your convictions and your morals. But if you try to put in a little bit of effort to minimize adverse effect of your purchasing decisions, that can go a long way. And don't let anybody make you feel like it doesn't. And also don't let anybody make you feel like a shitty person for making a purchase that you feel like you had to. It's just a learning process. Yeah, beating ourselves up is not the goal here. The goal is to uplift ourselves and to keep as much of our money in circulation as possible. Because when you give money to these big corporations, most of that doesn't go back into circulation. It just gets collected. That's why we're in the position that we're in right now socially, because it's gotten to that critical tipping point where so much of the world's wealth is bungled up in these wealth clots that these people are coagulating, that it's our quality of life is greatly suffering at a greater rate, exponentially. You get what I mean? What pant size do you need? I need 30-inch. I need like some good work pants. Because like I literally only wear one pair of pants. It can't just be like any old pants. It's got to be some pretty badass, like lightweight and durable, and like comfortable pants. Yeah, I'm at a waist size 30, possibly 28 now. I'm not sure. I'm wearing some shorts that these are 32s, and they're like falling off my ass. So I've been wearing them like kind of cinched up. But I think I'm a 30. I don't think I'm a 28. All right. I got this all like sewed to here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sew some lines down and maybe across here in like a grid so that this part is like on the other part. I could always just do like an X across there, and that would be the most simple way to do it. But I kind of want to make it look pretty and do like some cool, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we got. Damn, you've gotten scrawny. I'm not scrawny. That's not the case. We have them in our smaller city little side markets for fruit and veggies, also larger farm markets on specific days of the week. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's great. Yeah, farmers markets are the best, and I've been seeing them kind of disappearing and decreasing, however, which is unfortunate. And it's not people's fault. Like, we would love to be buying from farmers markets, and there's some things that are like you can't find anywhere else that you're gonna find at a farmer's market that's really good. But it's like a lot of the reason that like poor folks don't buy from there is because I mean you can't use EBT at a farmer's market. I don't think. Maybe there's like some programs where you can, but usually it's like a cash type of situation. And a lot of the times the food at farmers markets is going to be like way more expensive. It's got more nutrition, and it goes to like fund actual farmers that are growing stuff, which is so important, more important now, because like farming is, at least like in the capitalist system, is becoming unsustainable for the worker as well. Like for the farmers, they're struggling, and there's like less and less that people can do. It's so frustrating. So yeah, of course prices go up. It's not because the farmers are greedy, it's because the ruling class is greedy, and they're making it so much more difficult for farmers, especially if the farmers aren't growing stuff that's produced and owned by Monsanto. But then if you are selling that stuff, you're fucked as well, and you're not making shit because they're so greedy. They make it so that you keep less and less of what you make every year. And it's a whole topic. I'm not a farmer. I've worked on a number of farms, and my family is farmers up in Minnesota, but I couldn't speak on that in a way that really gives it justice. Just that it's so frustrating, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for people, and it's so hard to watch. I don't wear pants anymore, but I have a bunch of 34s. Yeah, 34s are not going to be the right size. Patty says, in a documentary recently, I saw the amount of pollution / water used just to make the blue dye for a pair of jeans. Lack of regulation in most countries. Yeah, seriously. And also, I must say, like, a pack of dye, clothing dye, is actually really, really cheap. And it's a great way to make clothes your own. Like, maybe you've come across a nice pair of pants that are secondhand that you can get for free or for really cheap, but they just aren't really you. Like, they're not your color, they don't match any of your clothes, it's not your particular aesthetic. Like, you can go and buy box dye at like a craft store or at Walmart, or you can liberate it from Walmart. And when I say liberate, I hope you know what I mean, okay? I don't want to have to spell out when I advocate for doing things that are illegal, but or possibly illegal. I don't know. I'm not suggesting anything. But anyway, you know, it's really cheap, and dyeing your stuff is not hard. I usually do like a few things, and I pretty much just get like black or green or brown, and yeah, it makes things look really nice, and it feels nice to know that you had a hand in crafting your aesthetic. My face is kind of itchy. Corn, my health has turned to shit, and we're now helping raise our grandson, which is fine. Not how we saw our retirement, but God never gives us more than we can handle. I never buy new. Hell yeah, Paula, that's awesome. What's up, Corn Daddy? Ostrich, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see ya. I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now. Sonoma County is loaded with farmers markets. Good ones, too. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, and like buy stuff like go online, and there's absolutely artists in your area. Like, and those people are people that you should meet anyway. Like, there's people that sew in your neighborhood or in your community or area. If you live in the suburbs, I'm sorry, it's going to be a little harder, obviously. But that's also really important, to make connections and create a space where people can just hang out that are on the level and kind of keep it like low key, you know, like somebody's backyard or something that's just like, it doesn't have to be the whole damn yard either. There could be like or an empty lot. I love seeing people congregating in empty lots. Like, even if that lot's only going to be empty for a couple of months before they build a new house there, like, make that your spot. Make that like the community gathering spot where like people can just show up and hang out and like have a coffee together or drink a beer or fucking play guitar for each other or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be a party spot. It can just have a few chairs, maybe a stack of cool magazines that somebody's found on the side of the road that they bring over, and maybe like a little game of cornhole or something. It doesn't have to be anything major. You don't have to build a whole rec center or anything. And it can be, yeah, just like a few chairs and a table or a stack of books that you can move to another spot once they kill that spot. Just keep doing that. Become ungovernable, become the indomitable human spirit. Because, like, yeah, that's what we have to do. Just be unapologetically awesome and hang out with your friends and do fun stuff. If there's no places for you to hang out where you don't have to spend money to be there, then make one. It's your civic duty to do so, right? It can be a corner of somebody's yard. Someone wrote a grant in Sonoma so that EBT and SNAP can be used at local farmers market. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Love that. Corn, I use blue corn husks to dye cloth. I grew the corn like the Indians. That's a fucking sick TP shout out. Yeah, I've never heard of anybody using blue corn dye before. I mean, I heard that like indigenous people in the past did, but I never really thought about trying it myself. I'm gonna have to try that. That'd be sick. Do like a whole fucking outfit with blue as like the pop color, you know? And then people will be like, "Wow, that's a gorgeous color, blue." And I'll be like, "Thank you. I made the dye out of corn." That'd be so cool. Congratulations. Dye pollution. I meant garment industry spilling black. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, because the industry is so unregulated and unchecked and wasteful, and they do this on such a large scale. But like one person dyeing a load of items is not anything like that at all. I'm not. Yeah, and obviously don't dump it into the fucking waterways. So that's bullshit. But like I don't know how bad that like small box dye is. It's probably just like industrial large amounts of dye that's causing that much damage. Like I'd be interested to learn how toxic or non-toxic. I went down a little rabbit hole looking up how toxic like RIT dye is, because that's what I use a lot, and I had dumped some into the sand in the desert, and somebody got really upset at me because I don't know, they thought it was gonna like harm a nearby tree or something, which was, I don't know, it was, yeah. But I don't think that it's toxic. I don't think that it does any damage, but maybe there's better ways to dispose of it. But I'm personally not that concerned about it, because I'm not dyeing thousands of pounds of fabric or designer blue jeans to sell to rich people who are gonna wear them once or twice and then like bury them in the closet because they're last season. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and start sewing this, since I've been thinking about it for a while now. Okay, we're gonna do 1 inch. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do 1 inch from that last seam. Yeah. yeah, I'm really excited to gift this to the person that I'm making it for. I think that they will really appreciate it. All right. Let's see how this turned out. Oh, it turned out good. Okay, I'm just going to keep doing that. Fuck around, find out. So I've got just like a little piece across here, and then I'm going to keep doing that so that these are each an inch. I should probably mark these actually. With, I don't like the way that that is kind of puckered there though. Okay. It's kind of hard to work with this light t-shirt material on top of this because the t-shirt material wants to stretch and like crumple and stuff. Oh yeah, also so this person Nomad Curious sent a kickdown through Super Chat, which I really do appreciate. But if anybody feels so called to donate, I am fucking broke as a joke. I really appreciate kickdowns in any way, but if, and this is totally in keeping with the theme actually, but if you donate through YouTube, then YouTube takes a cut. They skim off 30% of that. So 30% of your generous donation to me actually goes straight to Google. But if you want to donate to me directly and in a way that I can access it immediately instead of waiting for my payout at the end of the month, you can go to one of the money links in my description right below there, or if a mod wants to post those links in chat, if you would like to support my work and the content that I put out so that I can keep doing this, and so that hopefully someday soon I can have the proper medication so that I can continue to bring you more quality and coherent content. That really helps too. There's a PayPal link and a Venmo link and a Cashapp link, and make sure it's like, well, I don't know. I think if it's a gift, they don't take money away from whatever. But if you say it's like a payment or something, then it like fucks with the tax or whatever. They take like a cut. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to donate directly, that's the way to do it, so that you don't line the pockets of the ruling class. Yeah, I know. A lot of people do that, and I should put like a disclaimer or something about that. But yeah, it's not your fault at all. But yeah, they're sneaky like that. They want to get what they can from you. They will skim off the top at any opportunity. Uh-huh. It's true. Satan, what are you doing? Alright, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I should mark this. Okay, where's that? Here we go. I'm gonna just put little pins here so that I can keep these lines straight, because I like straight lines. Hey, cool, Danielle just kicked down on Venmo. That's good. It's very nice. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay. And yeah, I wish I had like a little washable marker or something that I could mark these lines with, but I do not. So we're just gonna make do with what we got. All right. And you know what? I think they'll be okay with it if it's not perfectly straight too. But I want to make it as nice as I can. Because this is kind of a special print, and it's going to go on a nice special shirt for a special person. Yeah. All right. That's not exactly even, but I think it's fine. I'm just going to keep working on that. That's going to be my stream project. All right. Chalk works. Hey, that's a good idea. I don't know if I have any chalk either. You'd think there'd be something in here. It's a room full of art supplies. Maybe this little gray marker, but no, I'm not going to make any marks on this. I'm just going to eyeball it. It seems to be working. This is straight enough, right? It's close enough. Yeah, I'm just going to sew it down like that and maybe do a grid or maybe just keep it like that with the little lines. I think it's going to look super nice. I have a bunch of other cool patches here too that I've been holding on to, but I wanted to wait until I stopped losing weight because I don't want to sew a bunch of patches onto my pants and then all of a sudden I can't wear my pants anymore, and I'm glad that I did that. These are like, I've had these patches on multiple different articles of clothing. This one I haven't yet. This one I've had for a really, really long time. It was on my hat, my tramp hat for a long time when I was on the road before I settled into slabs, and then I had it on a shirt for a while, and now it's just been sitting waiting for me to put it on something else. I got this last year. Love that one. This one I was trying to give to my friend, but I forgot to give it to her last time I was there. This is totally her style. You can't catcall with a broken jaw. Totally her style. And I got Black Butte Center for Railroad Culture, which is super cool. If you're up in Northern California and you want to go see a really neat place, then you should go and check out the Black Butte Center. And that's like a really good community resource too, if you happen to be up that way and want to get tapped into or involved with some type of community resource. They're great. Ooh, I forgot I have weed. Let's see. Did you keep your Viking Scout patch? Oh yeah. That's somewhere. I didn't get rid of it. It's definitely somewhere. I do have another cache of cool treasures and clothing items. I have a couple of them actually, so one of these days I'll get back around to one of them and be like, oh hey, there it is. Gnome says, let everyone know that design is your hobo tag. Oh yeah, this is my moniker, or like an adapted version. These are both my monikers, this one and this one, but I meshed them together to create this this image that I was going to use as like my channel logo or something, and maybe sell prints of these. But I made a few prints for just like as a tester, and I think I'm going to do a different thing because it feels kind of weird to like I was kind of like playing around with how I felt about it, but it feels a little weird to have like my moniker also being my logo. So yeah, I don't know. I might still do like stickers with this on it, but I think I would give them out for free. Just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I am absolutely going to design some more stuff now that I have the means to, and I do have access to a screen printing setup, and I want to do a run of shirts. So that's definitely something that I've got in the works. And I do have I do have merch and stuff in my merch shop. There's links in the description down there. Oh, I also have this cool tiny trans flag that fell off of another thing. It's got like some res on it, I think. I don't know, but I'm gonna sew this onto this too and make a sweet patch. And I don't know what I'm gonna use that for, but it's gonna be a cool patch. Put it on another one of my t-shirts. Paula says, you lose any more weight, you'll need a microscope to find you. Okay, guys, I gotta fucking just get this out of the way here. Like, I don't like these comments about my weight. I think it's kind of insensitive. Like, and I did do a whole stream talking about my weight loss and how I feel about that. And I really don't want to have to be talking about this all the time on my streams. It is rude to comment on people's body weight, and I don't think that it's like because you guys are trying to be rude or anything. It's just like society has connotations about like weight loss and health and ideas about that are totally ignorant and perpetuated by the capitalist hellscape that we live in, right? Like, they want to sell us convenience and rich foods and excess, and then make people feel bad about not looking beautiful. So they're going to sell excess and abundance, but then they're also going to sell image, and with that they can sell all of their fucking diet programs and all of their fucking fashion that highlights skinny people. Like, you're supposed to spend money like it doesn't matter, and also you're supposed to look emaciated because that's like the look. Because I don't know, it's a whole thing, guys. So it's okay to like talk about things in like a health context and stuff, but like making offhand comments about me being scrawny is like really not polite. Also, like, I am not thin or skinny or like, it's that, like, that's, I feel like people are way too comfortable commenting about women's bodies, and I'm not a woman. I'm a non-binary trans mask person, and it's not okay to comment on women's bodies, and I think that some people would make less comments or different comments about me if I were like a cis man also, and I really don't want to get on that whole rant. Yeah, it's so anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way, folks, because I don't want to like keep getting that type of comments. Yeah, it's okay to talk about like health and stuff, but just because somebody loses a bunch of weight doesn't mean that they're healthier. Like, can you imagine if you were struggling with an eating disorder and like you're fucking killing yourself with it, and you're racked with guilt day in and day out because you have like body dysmorphia, and then when you are like more sick, people will comment more on your body and say like, wow, you look so nice and so good, and like how detrimental to somebody's health that would be. So that's why I want folks to be mindful of that. You don't know what a person's going through under the surface, you know what I mean? And I say this because I care about you guys. I know you're not trying to be rude, like I said, but I'm taking the time to explain this because I respect the folks here in chat, and so yeah, just wanted to take a little moment to reflect on that. Aaron says, my weight loss is usually because of mental illness. Right. Rob K kicked down 25 bucks in chat. Thank you so much, Rob K. And I did do a little aside about if you want to donate directly, you can do that through one of the money links there. Google is going to take a 30% cut of that generous donation, but that doesn't detract from the fact that you decided to kick down. So thank you so much, and I do appreciate it. Just gotta let you know that Google's fucking stealing your money because I care about you. I don't tell you guys like it is because I think you guys are dumb or you suck. I tell you like it is because I have respect for you and I think you deserve to hear the truth. And that's why people are here, and that's why folks come to my channel, because they appreciate my honesty. And you're not a bunch of little triggered baby snowflakes. You're fucking cool and awesome, and we're here for discourse. Even if the conversation is a difficult one, that's why we're here. We're here because we value information exchange. Oh no, did I leave my fucking lighter out inside? No. That's unfortunate. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna turn the camera around so that you can view what I'm viewing, and I'm gonna go grab my lighter, okay? One second. And if anybody has any questions or comments about today's subject matter, please say something. Make it known. I want to know what you got to say. Or if there's something that you wish that I had touched on during the stream, I would be happy to circle back and expound upon this conversation and this topic. Because, like, I don't know, I've always tried to, like, stay in my lane when it comes to content, but I also don't need to justify myself. I'm allowed to have thoughts, and sometimes those ideas and thoughts are incorrect, but how would I know unless I had a conversation with folks about it and got called out for, like, incorrect information, or, like, maybe a lapse in perspective or something like that. So since I am pretty much, like, effectively laid up right now, I can't get out and do adventures. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm sitting here thinking a lot about society and politics, and getting a lot of, like, feedback from my surroundings here, and, like, unlike a lot of people that speak about these types of subjects online, I actually have the substance to back it up. Like, as an active anarchist that lives a truly fringe lifestyle, I might not be the most politically informed person, and I never went to college, but I know what I've seen, and I know where I stand on things. So I think, maybe I should do more political and social philosophical talks, at least for the next few weeks, while I'm trying to keep my fucking my wits about me and not go insane while I'm just sitting around most of the time waiting. And the kickdowns from you folks today really do make it worth it. I haven't really been getting a lot of kickdowns for my last few streams, and that's been kind of frustrating. Not because I expect people to be generous, I don't, but it's frustrating because, like, I can't keep doing what I do without any sort of funds, and that's kind of where I've been at lately. Just, I can survive fine. I'm doing fine. Like, I'm not gonna die, but it's just like I can't find the time to sit and muse about these things, especially without Adderall too. Like, yeah, I need to get into some type of program or something in the city. I just, like, without medication, I can hardly even make a fucking phone call, or, like, be 100% coherent it's like really, really difficult for me. So it's like a cyclical thing. It's like because I'm unmedicated, I can't focus enough to jump through the hoops to get medication. So it's like at a certain point, it's easier to just do something crazy like, the free market or whatever. And I'm not saying anything concrete here about how I acquire the things that I acquire, but so yeah, all that to say, I think that I've felt like I don't meet the qualifications that a person should meet in order to talk about these types of subjects online. But I think that that's also a symptom of society as well, like, because academia is so inaccessible to the poor. I think that's like an internalization of that narrative. Like, I'm not qualified to speak about things that concern the poor, even though I am the poor. Like, so I guess I'm just like not gonna, I don't know, fuck it. People say stupid shit that's wrong all the time on YouTube. And people, like, I listen to a lot of people that I don't entirely agree with and have like limited perspective. And you don't have to agree with everything somebody says. So like, why can't I talk about politics and society? And I can, like, I've got the experience to back it up. That's exactly right. Elena Davies says, your qualification is your experience. It has far more value. For sure. Yeah, I bring something to the table that other people don't bring to the table. And I'm prepared to, especially like as my audience gets a little wider and I'm having a further reach. Yeah, why not? And my streams where I'm talking about like social issues don't get as many viewers. I see there's 37 people in here. A lot of people are heading out. There was like 48 people in here for a minute. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, my phone's gonna cook. And maybe if I do like longer streams, like 2-hour social issue streams, because like a lot of people say like the longer you do a stream, the more the audience builds up or something like that. So yeah. Algodona is Mexico. Yeah, I am thinking about Mexico. Rob says, very isolated out here. Can't believe young people do this job. Which job? I'm curious now. 2 more years and I'm retiring. I'm a foot in the mouth guy. That's okay, Noah. You're fine. I'm not mad at you. Ava Moon says it's just paying for your content. Doesn't have to be atomic, I guess. Guess it depends on the viewer's tax bracket. How I feel anyway. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm sorry. But it sounds like you're right. I don't know. Corin, not to be rude, are you eligible for Medicaid? I'm on California public health insurance. I don't want to be on disability because then that's like a whole job. Because like, then they're going through your money records all the time to make sure that you're not going above. I think it's like $1,200 you're allowed to have in the bank at any time, and that's like what they give you for disability or some shit like that. So like if you have more than a certain amount, then suddenly you have to like do a bunch of paperwork to prove that you're still poor. And anybody that's on disability out there like will tell you how much of a fucking hassle it is and how scary it is too. And that's not to say like that I wouldn't go on disability or something, but it seems like more of a hassle than it's worth to me at this point. I'd rather stay as uninvolved with the government as an entity as possible. And like I've considered paying out of pocket or like doing fundraisers or whatever for like medical needs, but if it's available, I'm gonna get what I can because that's my right as a fucking citizen of the United States. And if I can't, you know, if I can't get that, then what good is my citizenship to me? Shonda says, do you feel that DEI hire policies are a good thing, or do they promote racism? I don't know what DEI is. I assume you mean like diverse employment incentive or something, is that right? I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people arguing for or against. I don't know what the exact wording of the initiative is, so I couldn't say. I think that because brown folks have a harder time getting hired, that it makes sense that there would be an incentive to hire more of them. But also, it's like there's so many problems with the with labor and protecting the workers in general, that's kind of it's a sticky subject, you know, like there's a lot of things to that to consider. But on its face, of course, I'm for hiring more non-white people because they are at such a disadvantage in society and fiscally. But like there's, you know, like I said, it's a sticky subject. There's a lot of things that go into that conceptually, and I don't know. I'm not a legally minded person. Because of the difficult wording and like the ramifications of said wording. Let's see. Patreon videos have been so entertaining. I recommend checking it out. Thank you, Ava Moon. Yeah, I do have a Patreon if folks want to join. It's as little as $1 a month, and I do post exclusive content on there periodically. Truck driving. Okay, I see. Gotcha. I believe it's $3K in California now, at least. That's cool. Higher education doesn't necessarily buy you intelligence, ability to think, or be moral. Sometimes only to a degree. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other subject that I would definitely be glad to talk about sometime. Looked it up. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, my guess was okay, I guess. Cool. Thanks for looking that up, guys. And E. Barton says, I linked you up at Venmo. Cheers. Oh, thank you so much. Hell yeah, I appreciate you. And Ava Moon, too. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm trying to ban somebody. Banned. Hey friend, haven't tuned in for a while. Hope you're doing okay. Where are you now? I'm in LA. Fuck yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything that I didn't touch on today that anybody would be curious to hear me say anything about? Or are there some future streams and topic ideas that you think would be good? Go ahead and take these last few minutes to let me know while I sew a little bit more on this sick ass patch that I can't wait to give to this person. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's looking so cool. Ugh, yes. Don't you wish you had this? Oh no. I ran out of... Huh. It didn't sew. 2, 3. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay. Let's see. Just like whatever you have to offer out, so no particular subject. Sick UP shirt. Thanks. I got this at the Railroad Museum in Tehachapi. What is it, like the Tehachapi train station? It glows in the dark. I love it. It's a kid's large, and they had like adult smalls that were like essentially the same fucking size, right? And the print on the adult one was a little bit smaller than the print on the kids' ones. I don't know why. So of course I'm going to pick the one with the bigger print. 46 people in chat here. Cool. I think I'm going to keep rocking the stream for a little bit and just hang out and keep sewing. So yeah, if you were here to hear me talk about that particular subject, then I'm done rambling. And if anybody has anything to add or to say, I would be very curious to hear your opinions. But yeah, I'm gonna sew, and you can see me work on that. There we go. This is now a sewing stream. If anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, I'm fucking broke as a joke. And I like to eat. Let's see. I'll put this one like right here, so I can keep my lines straight. Because that last one wasn't very straight. About as straight as me. No, just kidding. If it was as straight as me, it would be like a spiral. Let's see. It's nice that I don't have to worry about my phone overheating and my stream dropping out. I hope that AC isn't too loud. Let me know how the sound is, folks. I'd be interested to know. All right. Yeah. All right, let's see. I love glow in the dark. Me too, it's great. Max says, have a little bit of pain today from the cancer or cancer medicine, but I'm doing pretty good, no complaints. Yeah, man, gotta make the best of it, but I've never known you to be a complainer. But I feel for you. I wish there was something I could do to help. Sound is perfect. That's awesome, thank you. Thank you for that feedback, that's very helpful to me. So I know that this is a sustainable way to stream now. My phone it's a little warm, but it's like right up against the AC unit here. It's a cool ass space you're in, getting your creative juices flowing. Fuck yeah, I'm really grateful to my friend Mish. They make t-shirt prints. I printed this in one of their classes at their shop. I think I'm going to their shop tonight for a little party, which will be really fun. But yeah, they're entirely responsible for me being able to have a stable space to work in while I'm here, and that has been absolutely pivotal to my success and well-being here in the city. So yeah, Mish Miller at LA Print Shop. That's my sponsor right now. And this is their art. They make cool shit like this. This is one of their pieces. I like that one a lot. And there's a bunch of them laying around here. Actually, you know what? I can show you. So I helped to move some of their stuff. They're paying me to kind of reorganize these rooms and make them more usable. This one is, this is some of their pieces and other folks' pieces. I have a jacket here, a designer jacket I've been trying to sell. This is a print of one of their paintings, I think. And then they've got these pieces. Those ones are lacquered. I really like this one. They do a lot of like nice gradients with the paint. You can see the detail. This one's fucking awesome. I like the chunky bits too, where it's just like all texture. Yeah, doing a little Mish Miller art walk here. And then this room over here is completely emptied out. I was streaming from this room for a minute. There's a few streams from here, but everything's moved out because another artist is going to be moving in. But I took everything off the ground. There was a whole bunch of art supplies that moved into the other room. And that's where I was streaming from. And I left it there in case I wanted to stream there again before the new artist moves in. And then Mish is having another artist move the canvas pieces. I don't want to move them around because these are like incredible works. And of course I know how to handle canvas art, but that's not what they asked me to do. So I'm just, they're still up, and I like them being up too because they're fucking amazing. I like that big one there. That one's sick. And this one is fucking awesome. I love the colors on this and the chunky bits. Yeah. They did design for Vans too last year, and they were just out at music festival selling merch for another friend, and yeah, so that's good stuff. It's really nice to be around so much art because it is inspiring me to make art too. I've been thinking about painting again recently, but right now I'm using Micah's sewing machine because they have a fucking cool little sewing machine that's really fun to use and super easy. Some amazing work. Do you do hats, Corin? I don't know what you mean. Do I make them or do I alter them? I work on all sorts of stuff. So if anybody's got some clothing and you're around or you can mail it in, I would be super down to talk about altering stuff. Yeah, if you're in LA and you got some work for attire or you would like to buy one of my pieces, hit me up. I'm only doing like custom and commissions right now because I don't have like a stock of items like made already. But if there's something you'd like to commission, then let me know. I do have this fucking sick ass designer jacket that I've been trying to sell, and then I found out that like it's worth $1,000, right? But if I sell it through commission and then like they take a cut and whatever, I'm only gonna get like $200 for the damn thing. And because I don't have anywhere to like put it up for sale, so like another company would be keeping almost all of the money from what somebody else would pay for this jacket that I have, because I don't have a storefront to display it in or whatever. So like, yeah, free market my ass. But I'm thinking, since I'm not gonna be able to make fucking a decent amount of money on it anyway, why not just like turn it into a really crusty piece, right? Like it's pure white. I have had it in like a bag so it stays in perfect condition, no stains or anything, but like nobody will be able to actually wear that jacket without it getting like completely annihilated the first time that they use it, because it's like it is like a pristine white color. So like, what if I dyed it black and like made it kind of a crust punk sort of vibe and added a cool print to it and sold it for like, you know, like $500 online or something. I know most folks in my chat don't have $500 to drop on a fucking crazy ass designer jacket with a weird backstory, but maybe somebody out there would, you know. Somebody would. It's really cool. It would look way cooler if it was like green or brown or black or something. Put the jacket on your merch page. Yeah, I'm gonna start an Etsy or something, I think. I think that's the move. Yeah, if I can get a fucking Etsy going, then I can sell all these cool little fun projects that I'm working on. And then you can support an actual artist making actual art. I think that'd be really nice. I think I do have an Etsy. I just haven't used it in so long because it's like hard to sell stuff on Etsy when you don't have like a place to live, when you're actively traveling. So that's always been the struggle. And that's a whole other topic too, like how to function as a nomad. There's no playbook written about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's no playbook on how to live your life as a nomad while also being successful financially. Society just isn't built for that. It's built in a way where they expect you to stay in one spot for like your whole fucking life essentially. And that's not what I do. I'm a nomadic person. Society hasn't really left any room for nomadic people, and that causes me a lot of distress as well. And I'm sure a lot of you folks too. Yeah, it's been causing me a lot of stress. Because it's like, how can I be successful in this society, in this environment, while not compromising my lifestyle or my moral code or my worldviews? It's a difficult path to walk. Let's see. Almost done. Yeah, this is looking nice. I think I'm going to do a grid. Let's see. What about the executive order that the governor just signed about encampments? Yeah, I talked about that a little earlier on stream. That's like really fucked up. I mean, I've been thinking about moving out of California for a while now, but like, yeah, I think that our problems are just beginning. Like, things are about to get really dark over here, and it's not going to just stay in California either. That's just kind of the flagship of this particular issue with like homelessness. And like, I don't like how the narrative is having people refer to like human beings as the homeless, or like the very real issue of people living without homes and having nothing, being left out to die because the system refuses to support them in any way. Like, to reduce that to the words the homeless problem. Um, it's yeah, it's scary, man. They're about to start like they're about to start just straight like fucking executing people. They've already been incarcerating people for being poor. Um, and it's like that's that's what they're gonna do. Late stage capitalism is gonna want to keep enslaving people, and when you put them in the prison system, you can then legally extort them for labor, and you don't have to pay them because they're criminals. That's the part of the Constitution that we should be talking about. I think that's fucking scary. They can just like literally just haul you to jail and fucking put you to work, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ow. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a fucking big problem, and it's not just like a problem for other people. If you think that it's not going to become a problem for you too, then you're missing the plot. They're going to keep eroding away people's rights, and eventually they're going to come for you too. Let's see. Where does California homeless population go now? That's the thing about it. They made it illegal to be homeless without any alternative for them. Like, they've made it legal to just push people out without giving a fuck about where they're going to go or what they're going to do. So, like, then what? They're going to just arrest them for the crime of being homeless and put them in jail and enslave them? That's literally what they've already been doing, and that's what they've made it easier to do. It's fucking scary. There's not a lot of options where I'm at in California. We're lucky we were able to finance a car with AC to live in. Yeah, that's so fucked up. Yeah, I see a lot of people hanging out in their cars in the shade on the street out here, and my heart breaks for them. All right. Well, we're at an hour and a half at this point. I know y'all are poor too, but if you want to get down with the kickdown, feel free. I have the money links in the description there. And I have merch available and my Patreon account with exclusive content, just $1 a month. And you can also have access to my video that I couldn't upload to YouTube for I don't know why. So if you want to see my uncensored train video, all you got to do is pledge $1. It's there. It exists. It's up. I just haven't been able to put it on YouTube because YouTube is a fuck. Oh man, these are getting really close together. I might need a seam ripper for this. Anyway, alright. They can give the unhoused a ticket for being on public property, and if unpaid, it becomes a misdemeanor. then they are entitled to any social housing support. Worse catch-22 than now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... I don't want to get caught up in that fucking shit. I want the fucking government to leave me alone, man. Seriously. Unhoused is getting worse. 1 minute I live in some rental, wildfires, and poof, I'm homeless. Yeah. Yep. I love that you sew. Such a great skill to have. I'm no expert. Taught my grandson. He used to make Spider-Man masks and shoot web shooters. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I think everybody should know how to sew. I think that it's really an important skill. If you can mend your own clothes and make things fit your style and your aesthetic better, then that's something that they can't take away from you. A sense of fashion, sense of style and aesthetic. They can't fucking take that away from you. And they try to steal it and capitalize on it. But if we just stay a few steps ahead, then we can run circles around them, and they'll keep copying our fucking poor people aesthetic and styles to sell to dumbass rich people who are like spending thousands of dollars on a fucking literal trash bag. Meanwhile, they look way stupider than we do because they're behind. Just gotta keep a step ahead of them, keep them guessing. The fashion industry is an industry. Actual fashion comes from us. That's why punks always look cool. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna fuck off and keep working on my stuff. I got this almost done. I just sewed a bunch of little lines down here so that way it stays on the patch. And then I'm gonna put this on the back of a shirt and give it as a gift to somebody. And it's gonna be really nice. I think it looks really nice. Alright, thank you all for joining me today, and if you have some comments or you'd like to join the conversation, there is also a Discord. Join us in the Discord server, or leave a comment in the comments below about what you would like to see me talk about next, or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go. Here's a cute dog. Satan. It's a cute dog. Yes. Thank you, Satan. All right, goodbye, folks. Take care.